All right, guys, you clicked on the video for a reason. I told you not to watch this, but now you're about to find out the brutal, honest truth about dating in 2023. And you're probably not gonna be happy by the end of the video if you're a girl, because we're gonna expose you. And maybe you're a guy on the opposite side and you're about to get exposed. But I got my guy Jake right here. I'm gonna let him take it away, introduce himself, and tell us a little bit about himself.
What's up, guys? So Jake, some of y'all maybe know me from the Ultimatum. Did that crazy stuff. I was in a relationship before that. Went sideways, got out. Been single, been dating around for a little bit, but I definitely have some insight on how it's going lately in the past few years.
So for people that don't know, The Ultimatum is a dating show on Netflix, guys. It is a little bit of a unique one because most of them you come in single. This one you come in with a significant other and, in a sense, date other people throughout it, right?
Yeah, so 6 couples. I came in with my couple, there's 5 other. First week, speed dating. So I'm dating every other girl, she's dating every other dude. And at the end of that week, we had to pick someone to live with for the next 3 weeks. So I had to pick a separate female, she had to pick a dude. And then after those 3 weeks, we had to move back in together with each other. And then that was a big, nobody cussing on this.
Yeah, go
that
for
was
it,
a big
man.
shit show, bro. So,
wow. How did it feel being on, so obviously going into it, you guys were like pretty serious, right?
Yeah, I actually had an engagement planned out and everything, like from while the show was going on, so it was pretty serious. Yeah.
So going into it and going through, heck, I'm sure it was even crazier, but that first week where you had to live with another girl.
Well, the first week was dating.
Okay, so after that, living with the first girl, how did that change the relationship, like, dynamic there? Like, once you got back and lived with your girl after that, was it like off? Were there some like arguments going? How did that?
Yeah, so it's gonna be the same no matter how good your relationship or bad your relationship. You in that predicament, it's gonna cause questions, raise alarms, stuff like that. And it just sucks because the girl I was staying with, we actually hit it off. Like I was being respectful and everything like that. She's the one who wanted to do it, so I didn't want to do it. But we were on it. We hit it off. She was thinking that stuff was going on. I was thinking stuff was going on, stuff like that. So it causes a big mess, man.
We're gonna jump into probably 3 big points that I think you guys can take notes from, whether you're dating now, maybe you're in a relationship and you're not sure if she's the one, he's the one, or maybe you're completely afraid of dating and this might tell you where the direction of dating is going in 2023. So let's get right into it, guys. So the first one, I'm sure everyone's sitting here asking, did you want to go onto a show knowing it's a dating show while you're already dating someone else?
No, not at all. Like I told you, I had an engagement planned out. Like I was fine. She was wanting more of the fame. That it's kind of how dating is these days. These girls want the fame, notoriety, like social media, and it sucks because it takes away from genuine relationships. You know what I mean? But I didn't really want it. I didn't care. As you can see, if any of y'all go on my Instagram, I don't post. Like my last post was last August, and it's almost August again. It's June. So I don't post. Like I didn't really care about that. But don't get me wrong, I do not regret doing the show because it went crazy. But I got out of something I didn't need to be in. But
I like what you said because most people would be like, I regret going on that show. But you kind of took the opposite approach of like it almost gave you a sign that that wasn't actually the one for you in the end.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which I feel like a lot of people on here struggle with confidence and just like knowing if that's a big part of relationships. Like, hey, is this the girl for me? Yeah. And I feel like whenever there's any question or doubt, there's always going to be some sort of sign given to you. Maybe that was going on a dating show and seeing that different side. And I don't think anyone, if she or he is truly like, this is the one, there's no chance they're going to be like, let's go on a show like this.
I was like, no matter what, I don't care how good our relationship is. It's gonna be messy. We're gonna be living with other people. We're gonna be on live TV. She already knows I have anxiety, like social anxiety, all that stuff. Like I didn't want to be on camera. You can tell I didn't want to be on camera, but it was a mess. And then I don't know if you want me to go what happened on the show. Me and Ray we hit it off, but we were very respectful. We even like after the choice, we sat there and we put pillows in between us in the bed, like that, respectful. Like we hit it off, we had a connection, but like we knew we were with someone for 2 years. We're not gonna push that. On the other end, April literally was telling me like the first night, do not sleep in the same bed with her for the first 5 nights, this and that, because she didn't get the connection with somebody like I did.
Oh yeah, I got you.
So I broke my back on the futon for the first 5 days, and guess what? She jumped right in bed with the guy that she got paired up with after telling me that.
These ladies.
After telling me that, right after telling me that. So then and then she was off on 6th Street, meeting up with other people behind the camera. Me and Ray was still being pretty respectful through the whole thing, and then I was hearing from other people what was going on, and that's the kind of drama I was telling you about. Because she thought, since we did have a connection, that we were doing stuff. She thought we were having sex and all that stuff. We weren't. So she went off and did it on her end, and then I heard about it before we even moved back in together, and once we moved back in together, it was game over. It was just constant. Like, a lot of stuff didn't get shown. Obviously, we filmed for, almost 3 months? Like, hours and hours every day. Y'all see 9 episodes, 45 minutes long. So
I actually just recorded a video, so guys, I'll pop it up here. It's the one that's gonna have posted right before this, but we were talking about what is like a healthy relationship and how important communication is. That's a perfect example. Like, if she just would have communicated with you, maybe there wouldn't have been her going out of her way to get with someone else just because she thought you were with someone. So I feel like that's where, I mean, the show almost sets you up. They want the drama. It sets you up for that.
That's how they get paid. Netflix doesn't get paid if there's not drama. There has to be drama for them to make, to get the views, to get the things. And that's how, like, after the show, like, everybody, anyone in the cast, there's a lot of hate and there's a lot of love, depending on who sees it, how they see it. But everyone just has to realize, like, don't be so gullible.
Exactly. How has dating been for you since you've got this large inflow of eyes on you, followers, you know, getting more of the status, people knowing you in public? How has that been?
So it was definitely a shock when it first came out, because like, you know me, I didn't want the fame. It was like walking outside, just going to the grocery store, and you have people come up, hey, can I get a picture? Can I do this? Can I do that? It was definitely a shock. I didn't mind it. Like, I guess it was kind of cool at the beginning, and then eventually it's just like, all right, let me go out in my PJs. I want to go to the grocery store and not get recognized. But I was in back-to-back relationships since high school. So after April and all that happened, I was like, you know what? I need to take some time to myself, like work on myself, work on leveling up in life before I even try to get, like, I'll talk every once in a while to people, but it's hard these days, man. Like, it's hard, especially after getting that clout, I guess you could say, the so-called fame. You never know if someone's genuine.
Do you find dating harder for you now that you're on the internet? Would you say, not in the sense of reaching out, I'm sure it's a lot easier. I'm sure a lot of girls respond to you now, right?
I mean, it's not, don't act like everybody before, but I mean, it's easy, but it's also harder.
I feel like social media itself, not necessarily because of social media directly, but how people use it, has almost turned into one of the reasons dating is honestly, like, kind of going out the gutter right now. It's more, hey, let's hook up, hey, let's do this, versus, hey, let's have a genuine conversation and see where things go.
Or even things like OnlyFans.
Like, dude, don't get me started on that one. I'm done.
It's like, that was my thing. I was like, if you have an OnlyFans, I'm sorry. Like, I get it. Girls, and that's what girls have to understand. Guys can't do that. Girls are sitting out there like, I'm making all this money. He's a broke bitch, stuff like that. But like, we can't do that. We can't post this picture, get all that money. But at the same time, it's like, if you want to share that with everybody else, and you want to make all that money, all power to you. Like, and then, but at the same time, it's going to be harder for you to find someone to connect with and have kids with and settle 100%. Down with. 100%.
I made a full video on this one, why I think the OnlyFans has ruined the fitness industry. And I'm sure it's every industry now, because they're using a certain title to justify doing OnlyFans. But the whole point of it was, when it comes to a couple or relationship, it's not necessarily they're showing their body to other guys. It's more like you're losing that purity of a girl that you want to be your wife. You don't want a girl that every guy's seen her body. And a lot of them go further and do like extra things for extra money, and they have this clout, so they're like, you see videos, I sleep with my fans. It's like, we don't want that. You can have all the money in the world, but that runs out eventually. If you don't have, like,
eventually you're gonna get to an age. Well, your OnlyFans ain't popping like it used to be. You're not gonna be having that money in, and what are you gonna do then? You spend your whole life doing that. You didn't find someone who's genuine. If you're one that wants to have kids and a family and marriage and all that, it's to be a lot harder for you. And then, I don't know, man.
Guys, we're not directly just targeting girls. There are some guys that are like complete F-boys. I get that. But I feel like the girls on social media have made it worse. More specifically, probably tying into OnlyFans, because that's one thing I know most guys don't really prefer in a girl.
Yeah, we don't want to start this video of like, girls are horrible, stuff like that. Anyone who does OnlyFans is a terrible person. That's not what we mean. No. It's just for girls to look at it in a guy's point of view. Like when they're looking for somebody, we need it. I feel like it needs to be spread more to like put that in their head and be like, hey, if you want that kind of stuff, you do it. And if you love OnlyFans, you making bank and all that stuff, all power to you. Yeah. You get it, girl. But
and we're talking on experience, right?
Yeah.
So these are the things that happen. On my channel, I only talk about experience or things I'm experiencing because I want to give you the truth from my side of things, my opinion. Again, everyone has a different opinion, so this is not meant to offend anyone. If it does, go ahead and leave a comment down below and tell me what your opinion is. I get that. Yeah. But now, what you guys have been waiting for. We're gonna get right in to the most important question that I think a lot of you waited for. And that is, where do we think dating's going in 2023 forward? Kind of looking at, is it still going to be relationships? Is it going to be more hookup culture? Or is it going to be what seems to be happening with bigger companies now is dating or staying in a relationship with the title just for their businesses to do better together? Because that's one thing that's going around a lot in the fitness industry.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
There are couples you guys think are perfectly fine, but they both have actual significant others. They just keep it private so you can help their businesses grow. So where do you think this direction is going next?
I feel like it's getting worse and worse and worse. Like you see those videos from like the kids in like the younger like 60s. I mean, they're not great videos, but they're like, how do you think the future is going to be? And just from, if you just look back in those days to how dating was and how bad it got, just I can't even imagine how it's going to be 10, 20 years from now.
Yeah, so for the people that are watching that want a genuine relationship, what do you, like, is there any tips you would give them, or what would you say to help them out so that they're not sitting here like, I'm going to be alone forever, you know, doubting themselves? What would something you could, you know, give them advice on?
It's okay to have social media, it's okay to have all that, but find someone that has a genuine connection with you. Actually, like, go out with them, do stuff, meet, like I was saying earlier, meet someone out in public. I mean, it's okay to meet someone on social media, but 8 out of 10 times it's probably for the wrong reasons if you have any sort of clout. Just stay humble, think about your future and where you're at. I saw something about, like, if you were having your wedding, like for girls or guys, like, and you're having your wedding and the whole family and everybody else is out there watching you up there. If you were to have the pictures on your Instagram posted behind you, would you be okay with what's on the screen? And if you're not, if you're not, get out of that.
No, I agree. And the one thing I always talk about helping a lot of my short kings and just people that are lacking confidence is, I feel like the thing they need to do is kind of what you said in the beginning, is really focus on yourself. Be the best version you can be. There's this theory, I forget exactly what it's called, but guys first value pretty much the status monetary side, like providing, where girls look for the relationship first. So you guys need to be available when that girl comes to you. If you try and get in a relationship before you have your life together, it's going to fail. It's going to fail. So you need to really focus on yourself. Stop chasing girls. I can tell you, and he's probably going to agree, the girl that is good fit for you comes to you when you don't want a girl.
The least expected.
You're focused, you're working, and this doesn't mean she's going to distract you. She's the right one. She's just going to be there to support you, go along with the journey. But it all comes from, you need to be, as a male, the best version of you to attract an amazing individual wife to come into your life.
100%.
Well, guys, we didn't want to hold up. We could talk for hours, and that's what I wanted to leave at the end for you guys. If you enjoyed, whether it's about the dating style, whether it's maybe the dating show, we are more than welcome to do a longer form video. So I want you guys to vote down below or just comment down below what you thought of this. If you want to see a part 2, but a longer one, I'm sure he has some crazy stories that we would love to get into. So guys, if you enjoyed it, drop that comment down below. And if you're new and made it this far, take a second, hit that subscribe. We're on the road to 100K because I want to hang that silver plaque behind me when I'm recording these to show your guys' support. So you made it. Take 5 seconds out of your day to support your favorite short king. I'll put Jake's socials down below in the description, so guys check it out, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace, guys.